What's up, people? Welcome to your November element reading. Thank you for joining me. My name is Keita. If it's your first time joining me, what's happening? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I have already pulled the cards for the collective element reading for the fire signs. So, all my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius people, listen. According to the Heal Yourself reading cards, you are either in or approaching a soulmate relationship, represented here by the number 14 soulmate card. And this is someone who you have a deep, intimate connection with. And it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It may very well be a friend, a parent can be your soulmate. But this is someone who you feel deeply connected to, but you're needing to keep in mind that your pride and ego can get in the way, because at the bottom of the deck, represented by the number 7, is pride. So in the month of November, keep that in mind. Keep your pride at bay. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's light and dark to every aspect of us, and when it comes to pride, we're needing to keep in mind that our pride can stand in the way of us having deep, intimate, authentic connections with people. If you're needing to apologize, apologize. If you're needing to have an intimate conversation, stop waiting on that other person to approach you, and you be open to initiating that conversation. Don't focus on being right. Focus on being able to reach middle ground with individuals, opposed to being in your ego and allowing your ego to sabotage the connection. Because we all know, if we think back or even think about some current relationships, there are some times in specific situations where we've allowed our ego to bully us out of our blessings. So I'm going to read the message for pride for you all from the book. And then we're going to clarify with the Featherlight Oracle to see what is it that you're needing to do as you move forward, keeping your pride at bay in your soulmate connection. So it says, pride. You may be acting out of arrogance and vanity. Humility is the key. Humble yourself. Humble pie, anyone? When you are prideful, you can become harsh and not conscious of your weaknesses. This can temporarily make you feel more powerful and superior to others, whilst at the same time cause you to be judgmental, unteachable, and hardened. Have you been fighting, quarreling, or disagreeing with others? Are you always trying to prove a point and defend your position? Do you think that you are always right? By holding on to shadow pride, you are stopping yourself from progressing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Stop overestimating your importance and learn to be humble. When you are too proud, you cannot hear other people's advice and cannot receive their assistance. Empowerment means that you can be soft, caring, aware, and gentle. Recognize that you need other people's support to achieve true success. One thing about being in Scorpio season is that Scorpio season or Scorpio energy really assists with us diving deep into the shadows, into the deep waters that look still to the naked eye, but once you start to probe, you will find that it's a never ending well. So you're wanting to definitely use this time to do some shadow work and examine how you may be being too prideful in your relationships, how you may be standing too firmly on your opinion or how you feel about certain situations. And you know, as a fire sign, we can be temperamental and we could be very passionate about how we feel about things, but you don't want to allow that to get into to drive a wedge within your relationships and drive you all apart, because at the end of the day, that leads to a very lonely existence, and one that you only have yourself to blame for because you have not done the work, or we have not done the work, that being the case, to humble ourselves. Yeah, you smart. Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, you got money. You probably got a few labels on your clothes in your closet and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, we are to connect from a loving place with one another, and in order to do that, we are needing to allow our higher selves to show up and help us to resolve our conflicts, opposed to being boisterous and, you know what I'm saying, being in our shadow. So we're going to pull from the Featherlight Oracle deck, which is the handmade deck that I have made and is available for purchase, to see what we are needing to actively do to work with our pride. Straight like that. Travel. Travel and set your intention to discover the action needed to live featherlight. At the top of the deck, we have cry, but it was in reverse, and I'm going to keep it that way. And listen at the bottom of the deck. So, if you've been crying, stop crying. Stop crying. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling sorry for other people. Stop dwelling in the past. Stop whining and talk. Talk and listen. Be proactive about reaching a healthy space in this soulmate connection, and set your intentions to discover the action needed to live feather life. Every morning that you get up, set an intention to align yourself with love. Set an intention to come to some kind of resolve that benefits both you and the other individual in this situation. Be intentional about having peace in this connection. Travel, which basically is telling you not necessarily to get on a plane, train, bus, or a car. For some of you, that may be the case. You may actually need to go see this person. But bust a move. Stop crying and get into action. Move towards a solution. And whatever you do, once you have initiated this conversation and gotten your pride out the way, listen. Make sure to be an active listener in this conversation that you're having with this individual. So many of you may be in conflict with the soulmate, or you may find yourself in the coming weeks or whenever you reach this video in conflict with someone. But make sure that you're being an active listener. Work on your listening skills. Work on not feeling like you're always right and the other person's wrong, or having to prove your point at the expense of someone else's feelings. So in other words, y'all, check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. And if you're interested in a personal reading, feel free to reach out to book a reading on my website at turquoisemajesty.com. But yeah, fire signs, that is your reading for the month of November. Check out my website for your spiritual hygiene needs. I have crystals, healing sprays, candles, whole 9 yards. If you don't see it on there, it will be posted soon. But most of the crystals are there, and some of the other spiritual hygiene products. So yeah, y'all, I hope this message found you well. And if it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well. Peace.